Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough to Final Fantasy XV, and this is the second episode of our exploration here at the Assassins Festival. Having finished the storyline mission, it's now time for us to collect everything else that there is to collect here in this lovely version of Lestallum. So obviously we have, well, now 12 more assassin flags to find. A bunch of mini games to collect, a bunch of photos to take. So quite a nice, enjoyable list of sort of things to tick off the list.
They say these are all the rage in Galad.
Well, let's see what all the hype is about.
Speaking of which, so we can get a new recipe here if we talk at the Square Enix Café. Here we can get the Semur Skewers, which give you a regen boost and also means that you don't expend stamina when sprinting, which is quite useful.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
And naturally this is another recipe that
I've come up with a new recipe.
Naturally it gives us a new recipe as well, which is really useful.
Thank you, and
so
enjoy your time at the festival.
Again, you have the capacity to talk to the cafe manager, and that will accelerate the time, such that you sort of...
it's good to see you again.
You can sort of zip through the day. And so I have no idea what sort of time is there.
I look forward to seeing you again, sir.
Whereas if we go to here, yeah, so it's now, what, 9 AM, which I think is quite a nice time to sort of... go through the game. So you can see that the Magitek's are still around. If you get spotted for long enough, essentially what will happen is I can't see him. Where is he? So yeah, essentially what will happen is that if you get caught at any point, the whole place will become essentially alarmed to some extent,
You having fun in there?
All of the sort of a citywide alarm will be rung, and you will essentially be forced to find a hiding spot to wait around in order to proceed, which can be very frustrating, so it's always a good idea not to.
Rest in peace.
As you can see, there's a glitch there. That guy essentially hasn't spawned in yet, I guess.
Okay, I'll be the assassin, and you'll be my target. Go!
So, first of the things that we can do is we can take on another mini-game here. And what you'll find is that the mini-games in this version essentially are wholly
right this way, sir.
representative of the mini-games from the Chocobo Moogle Carnival, in that you've got essentially the same ones. You've got a shooting gallery mini-game, you've got a Whack-a-Cactuar mini-game, you've got 2 Chocobo races, so there's a lot of sort of similarities there. So, importantly, you can't use wait mode in this mode. I think it's because of the usual combat with I think it's essentially for the usual combat that you get, essentially, so like the combat with just general the Magitek troopers throughout the levels. So we want to try and get... There we go, lovely. Unfortunately, he disappeared just before Prompto could get in a big blindside. You'll have noticed that they said that the blindsides from Prompto actually do a lot of damage. I think they give you like 1,000 on a normal Cactuar. So we actually got a bit of bad luck there. Because normally what happens is you get at least 2 Gigantuars. So I feel like that isn't particularly representative of what actually happens on hard. I'm not sure why we didn't get 2. We'll see what happens. Maybe we didn't get to a certain score.
Chase down monsters and give them a whack. The more you bop,
So we'll give hard
this
another
way,
go.
sir.
What is different is that rather than getting 10 medallions, you actually get 15 for completing the hard modes in this version, which is quite interesting.
Right here.
Let me hit him.
Okay.
Hit the big guy. Let me hit the big guy. No. Oh, finally. This is when I realised that without... It's been so long since I played like weight mode, so... There you go. 1,000. I mean, this time... There you go. So now we get the double Gigantor this time. And there we go. Beautiful. We got a little lucky there. The Gigantor sort of ran into the path of our last few hits there, but thankfully we get the score. And so yeah, as you can see, I mean, I think the first time I did it, I got 2 Gigantors really, really quickly.
Impressive
So
work. Can't wait to see what you do next time, champ.
like I got Gigantors well before
Can you realize
the finish,
what's a lie? Then try your hand at the
which I thought was a bit weird. But there we go. So now what we can do is we can talk to Wiz.
Fancy meeting you boys here. I got some special courses prepared just for the festival. If y'all got some time on your hands, why not give it a try?
So we have 2 courses
I heard
here.
you get something good if you reach the goal fast enough. Don't let me down, bud.
All right, let's do this.
So this is very similar to the ones, again, so very similar to the ones from the Moogle Festival, in that if we beat the courses, the course times with over 30 seconds left, you get a trophy. The 2 courses here aren't particularly difficult to get the trophies, which is why we're doing it in sort of in vid as opposed to me just doing cutaways like I did with the Moogle one. You can see that we ride a black Chocobo, and I was wondering if they were going to like bring up the black Chocobo that obviously we saved in one of the missions with Wiz, but I suppose it depends on when you play it chronologically. Because obviously in this save, I'm playing this so anyway, assuming you hit all of your Gazal greens along the path, that one's really nice and simple. We get a nice new record, and that should also give us the trophy, which we can obviously take into our true save, as well as a key item, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't think it actually has any sort of point to it, but
Well, I'll be. You're a natural on the track. Here's a little something for posting such a good time.
so there we go. We do
Just you
complete the
wait.
first one.
I'll have something even better next time. Y'all know where to find me if you feel like racing.
And then
Fancy
we...
meeting you boys here. Got a new...
So we've now got a second course,
heard
which
you'll
is the
get
Meteor
something good.
Circuit.
All right, let's do this.
And yeah, this one's a bit more sort of involved. There's a bit more to it. It's still not difficult to get the trophy time, I find. So hopefully we'll be okay here. As we Festibo is the name of the Chocobo.
Ready?
But I know there's been like a big clamoring for like being able to ride a black Chocobo because it's one of the few colours, like for a game which has like all of the obsessiveness over like all of the Chocobo colours and stuff like that. You can't ride a black one for whatever reason. That could be a problem. We should still be okay, but you obviously don't want to get caught. And that's the biggest sort of difficulty with this course, is that you sort of end up travelling like through town and stuff like that. So there's loads of bits where you can sort of just get caught on little sections. But if you use your boost set round about the right places. I mean, we've got over a minute left, so we should be fine because we're well over halfway through the course. We want to go down the other set of stairs because of the Desert Greens. And then it's just a mad dash to the finish. So it should be fine. There we go. Lovely. We made it, even some small mistakes there, but, you know, nice and simple. We get 15 assassin medallions, and we'll also get the relevant trophy too for the Meteor circuit.
Good hustle.
So there we go, the Meteor circuit trophy. Lovely.
Y'all know where to find me if you feel like racing.
Sweet. Okay, so now what we want to do now is continue to grab some flags, if I remember correctly. There's one around. We may well already have the one around this. Oh no, there it is. You can sort of blend into the surroundings of the flags, so it could be a little tough to find sometimes, but they're largely not too bad. So I think what's next on our agenda is going to be doing the big secondary side quest around this area, which is actually probably the most fun side quest and one of the best parts to this set of DLC. As we'll just find this.
Come on, you have to do the lead. I told all my friends you would.
We'll also have to continue to collect cores. I'm going to hopefully try and get to, what was it, 19 I think we need?
What does it look like inside?
Like an apartment?
Oh, sounds like this isn't your first
So yeah,
time
we'll see how many we can find. There is another flag actually located right next to the guy who's actually telling you to go collect them all. So that's it's actually quite an easy one to miss. So that's there. If we head over here, we can trigger 2 side quests. So first of all,
So, you can take that walk or what?
As it were, I already did.
Why didn't you say something?
Didn't want to distract with my sideshow of sorts. My apologies.
so Ignis has already taken the walk. It doesn't seem like you can actually take the walk, which I find rather weird, but there we go. I'm wondering if we can find Gladio somewhere around here. You should be flirting with some Lestallum lady at some point, someplace around here. I don't exactly know where he is though.
It's pretty dead over here.
Then let's go somewhere a little livelier.
If we head around here, we can find ourselves another flag. And we'll just wait for this guy to turn around. Take him out. Lovely, and get ourselves our 14th core, I think. There we go, yeah, 14th broken Magitek core. Lovely. If Gladio isn't around here, where is he? That's the question. He's located in a few sort of varying locations throughout your stay in Lestallum, and he's always chatting up some lady, which I think is quite a nice little touch, because he's sort of mentioned as a bit of a womanizer, just in sort of the banter that you have. And it's good that they actually sort of give that as some evidence towards that sort of.
How are you supposed to tell people apart when everyone looks the same?
There we go, finally.
Always running around
wants to be an assassin. My daughter said the same.
Sweet. Okay. I like the fact that there's just sort of a big celebration of murdering people, but there we go. Okay, so the two things that we want to do here. Well, first of all, we actually want to do the gallery, the shooting gallery.
Are you ready for a game to test your aim? Just grab the turret and take down as many targets as you can. Knock out enough enemies and you'll get your hands on an extraordinary prize. Even if you miss, it's worth a shot. Am I right?
So, we want to have a round at the Exineris range. We'll try the hard one again. Now, this one's, from what I can tell, is slightly easier than the one that was in the Chocobo Moogle Carnival. However, that may well be because essentially the structure of each round seems to be exactly the same. So we start off with a long sequence of easy one-hit targets. Then there's a slow sequence of sort of targets that take slightly more hits. I love the idea that they just completely clear out the entirety of the festival just for some guys to mess around on a big turret. Like, where is everyone else when someone's doing this? Ah, so we missed that one there. So yeah, so now we get a round of these sort of golden turrets, targets, I should say, not turrets, interspersed with cactuars. The cactuars being definitely the most valuable ones. And then you get a few of the big guys who are 1,000. $8,300 is a good score to have, and now we're going to get a string of these yellow targets, which give you 500 each, but they disappear relatively fast. There's another one in there. Lovely, so I think that's all of those. So 12,800 isn't too bad going into this last section. So I think what makes this section slightly easier than the last one is essentially when you stand by like this big behemoth guy who gives you 3,000, there's a couple of cactuar that appear next to him. Now we'll just try and take down the big guy. There we go, lovely. So yeah, we have the score that we need. We have 26,000. You'll know from the previous one that the big target at the end, this time slightly different. I don't quite know what monster that is. But you should have more than enough time to be able to take this guy out, even if you overheat. And then he gives you 10,000. And then we actually will get a bonus on top of that. The bonus is essentially relative to how many seconds you've got left, I think. So I think we had 25 seconds left, so we get 2,500 added to our score, which gives us a nice big score of 39,000. And 15 more medallions. And I think we should start buying some things, because otherwise we're going to start running out of space for our medallions. So aside from this,
That was some sharpshooting, kid.
yeah. So there we go. We get the assassin medallion, lovely. So the next quest we want to take on is this one. So the assassin's treasure hunt is a journey that will take you from apprentice to fully fledged assassin. Follow the clues left by Lestallum to discover the true treasure. Greetings, young assassin. May this message find you well. It is with a heavy heart I inform you that the Templars are after my treasure. You must find it before they do. In order to lead them astray, I have coloured my hints with lies. Surely you can discern the truth. Now let the star guide you, young assassin. The fate of mankind rests with you. And we see a large map with lots of different symbols.
What's this? Something about the assassin treasure.
Maybe it's a treasure hunt. OMG, maybe we get to keep the treasure too.
So Prompto has become marking important locations.
You boys thinking of joining the treasure hunt too? Well, good luck. These riddles are way too hard for me.
We love a challenge. Come on, Noct. We gotta try.
Sure, I guess.
Then you better read this poster carefully. It's supposed to hold the key to the whole hunt.
Okay, so here we go. The Assassin's Treasure, the treasure hunt, which is a really cool little feature of this whole sequence. So, first one tells us that red is the color of lies.
What does this even mean?
That we shouldn't trust the color red?
Maybe we should check out that first poster again. It said something about a star, didn't it?
So you can forever, if you talk to Prompto throughout this sort of sequence, you can talk to him and it will essentially allow you to review your notes, which essentially allows you to review all of the various
Did you solve the riddle?
messages that you've read so far. So it says, let the star guide you, young assassin, the fate of mankind rests with you. So we need to go travel to the star. The star is located over here. And as it says here, in red, an important hint lies within the cloud. In black, an important hint lies within the storm. Obviously, we know that red tells us lies. So therefore, we must head to the storm, which is the lightning bolt. And the lightning bolt will give us some instructions. So, greetings, young assassin. May this message find you well. Your next hint is hidden in a tower. Follow my instructions carefully and let the colours not deceive you. Read the lies between the lines. Follow the street on the right. Continue past the shop. Head down 2 flights of stairs. At the next fort, go straight. Let the tower be your guide. So, if we follow those instructions, as we should, initially we must head down here. We must pass the shop, which is here. We must then continue straight onwards. Go down. Head down 2 flights of stairs, which is to here. And then we should head straight on as opposed to right, which is this way. And that leads us to here. And this allows us to solve the first riddle, which will give us another set of assassin medallions. Watch your step in the marketplace.
Across town we go then.
So obviously we must now head over to the marketplace in order to...
Resting.
So again, that was a case of the guys not quite spawning in time. We should also stay slightly up top at times because there are a few things that we need to grab, such as the flags that we couldn't get during that chase sequence. So it also, so this guy is one of the various people we need to take a photo of. Name, I think he's the third one. There you go. So we'll get another couple of medallions for that. We still have 8 more of those to go. It's just something I got to keep and try to remember to keep doing throughout, sort of like your travels across the rooftops, etc. Another flag. Very confused by that behaviour, but there we go. So, if we just continue to make our way across the rooftops.
Jeez, where did all the people go?
To the heart of town, where all the action is.
So previously, obviously, in the course of the main quest, we could actually, whatchamacallit, we could warp strike across there. Okay, so I do want to spend some of our coins, our medallions. So I think what we'll start off is by getting the Festival Edition and the Assassin Mascot. So getting the Festival Edition gives us the feather filter to our photos, and also we get the another item for our car. So we now need to head to the marketplace. I wish I knew where Gladio was posted at each of his sort of little locations. So this is going to take us to the marketplace. The marketplace is obviously useful to us because we actually need to head there to do the equivalent of the Margot's quest, essentially, and it's another waitering job, very similar and similarly simple. Do you only face one way, or do you turn around? Come on then. Over he comes. Assassinated he gets.
The Prince of Garbage.
Attention, this
Wait.
is an
So,
emergency.
I don't know what
civilians
happened
should
there.
evacuate immediately.
So you can see essentially that we're currently in a state of emergency because for some reason they thought that the they couldn't see that the Magitek trooper had died. Another one of these glitches that unfortunately sort of plague this. There's a fair few of them. But yeah, so essentially everyone gets evacuated, you get the big alarm. Normally you'd have a plague of soldiers sort of chasing after you and you'd have to race to find a spot where you could sort of hide.
You okay, Noct?
Yeah. Thanks for the help.
There we go, okay. So that's done now. I finally realised that that guy is now officially disappeared. So we'll now head into the marketplace, and what we'll find in the marketplace are a bunch of letters littered on the floor, essentially. Each with their own number. So we've got T, E, you've got... So this is the one that they actually want you to read, which is, your next hint lies within the blank. Head to the marketplace, but watch your step, lest a clue go trampled underfoot. So pretty much, just keep an eye on the floor, look for various, for these little tiles, which have their letters on, so we've already found T and E. There's another one there, which ends in, so it ends in L, because there's only 5. I think there's... Did we miss one over this way? No, 3T, 5E, okay. So I think the last two are located towards the back area. There's definitely one just here, which is H. Essentially,
it's me.
It is telling you to go to the
As long as you don't
hotel.
start warping around like crazy.
There you go. H-O-T-E-L are your 5 letters, and they're telling you to go to the hotel. So now, we're going to do this quest.
One thing at a time. Yeah, I can do this. What am I saying? No, I can't. This is impossible. I can't do it alone. I need some help. Well, not some. A lot. I'd even pay for help at this point.
I don't see why. You don't look that busy to me.
Appearances can be deceiving. Come on, I really need a hand here.
Sure. I guess having a little extra money couldn't hurt. And it'd be a good way to kill some time.
Thanks. Just swing by whenever you have time.
So essentially, yeah, part-time at Tostwell, help out at the Tostwell Grill.
Ready to work?
Once more, we'll select a lot. It just means you're going to try and take more orders. It's slightly harder than the one at Margot's, mainly because it starts, I think, immediately at 4.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
So,
Let's get some
one
grub
of top
going.
and bottom,
Yeah?
Oh, waiter.
Waiter!
Yeah?
2 top, 2 left,
Yeah?
one of everything
It's all
but...
yours.
So top, bottom, and one of everything there, and then 2 top, 2 left, I think was one of them. You can make several mistakes and you'll be okay.
Can I speak to
I didn't
a
mean to
manager?
do that.
Here you are.
I don't think
I
so.
also didn't. I am making a big mistake of this, but oh well.
Looks delish.
I mean, you'll always have an easy one at the end.
All right, grab time.
So maybe one way to do it is actually just work out which one has the most food, and then leave that one to last, so you'll always get those.
Oh, waiter.
Yeah?
One up, one right.
Let's get some grub going.
Yeah?
Come on,
Yeah.
let me move. Don't know why I couldn't move there. One up, one right, two right.
Yeah?
One up, one left.
Yeah?
One up, one right.
Yeah?
One up, one left.
It's all yours.
One up, one left, one up, one right. But in a way, because you have more chances.
Here you are.
Bon appetit.
Here you are.
All right, grab time.
Here you are.
It smells heavenly.
Here you are.
Looks delish.
Here you are.
Come to mama.
So you can see, I mean, even though we made like several mistakes in that first one, as long as we get 5 orders here, we'll be fine.
Yeah?
So one up, two bottom.
Waiter.
Waiter, let's get some...
Yeah?
Excuse me, sir.
Two right.
Yeah?
Come on, let me move.
Yeah? Yeah?
Two up.
Yeah?
One up, one
It's all yours.
one up, two left, I think. I get my left and right mixed up really easily, so.
Here you are.
I'll try to mind my manners while eating.
Here you are.
I didn't order
Oh,
this.
that was just two up, I think, actually.
Here you are.
It smells heavenly.
So yeah, so obviously we didn't do that perfectly, but it doesn't matter when you get the what you need for the 15 medallions.
Potential from the moment I saw you. Here's what I owe you for your help today. Thanks.
Lovely, a bunch of stuff. We get a load of medallions. That's everything, I think, here in the grill. That one, that last message there is just telling you your score. Oops, I didn't realise that you could actually. I think this will be easier if I just head up here.
Rest in peace.
Kill him. Kill this guy as well. At this rate, it looks good for us to actually hit. It looks good for us to hit what we need in terms of 19 things. So that's nice to see. Especially because that's going to take us to 18.
Oh, PDA, everywhere you look.
Only in the stop.
That might be Gladio just there. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so this last one... Is that Gladio? Yes, it is Gladio. Hello.
What are you doing here?
Who's Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome?
Him? Just a buddy of mine.
Hunks of a feather really do flock together.
What did I get myself into?
Oh dear. And you do get medallions for talking to Gladio, so that is sort of like your mini thing.
I could never be like him.
I never want to.
They sort of have their own opinions as to Gladio's womanizing streak, I guess. Okay, so we take that guy out, which will
Don't
give
stand
us
so close to me.
access
I smell fine.
to here. And then what you want to do is read the stuff at the bottom, which tells you you've completed the second riddle. And now, so, step out for a stroll amongst the flowers, but skip over them to find your next hint. And essentially the way this one works...
Flowers nearby.
Let's look around outside. Maybe
So,
we'll find something.
we have some flowers located here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 flowers. The ones that are flowering, we then need to skip if we look at...
Let's see what our notes say.
So if you look at Prompto, so it goes Nichasfe,
I'm stuck. Maybe we should ask Iggy.
and if you find the ones that aren't flowering, you'll find out that they spell out Cafe, so Café, and what that means is obviously we need to head down to the Square Enix Cafe. So that's your third riddle.
The treasure
Did we
hunt
get the
was
flag
so
from
much
around
fun.
here? I feel like we did get the flag from around here.
Took me twice as long to solve all the riddles. I got an idea. Why don't we go exchange our medallions?
Good idea. Now, where was the prize counter?
And we get another Magitek core, which is excellent. That takes us to 18, I believe. Yeah, 18. So we've only got one more left in order to sort of have completed the amount that I wanted to get. Like, again, you can always collect more, but there's really no point in doing so, I guess. So we'll head over to the cafe and find what we need to there, which is this. And then it says, only the eagle can envision where the green arrow leads. So the eagle...
making this easy for us.
I thought you loved a challenge.
I mean, there's that doll over there, but there's no way they'd make it that obvious, right? Right?
So the eagle, again, sort of the Assassin's Creed reference essentially means we need to head all the way up to the top. What you might have seen there is actually something spawn in. Namely, that Moogle. That Moogle is one of the things that we do need to photograph. So unfortunately, this doesn't really work at nighttime, but essentially there's a string of green cars down there that actually form an arrow that you can see very easily from the top. These cars point towards...
Did you get a good shot?
Ooh, no.
So these green cars, i.e. the green arrow that we're looking for, are over here, and they point towards this thing, just here. You look ahead, young assassin, he who dares to be different shall lead the way. So then you look here, on the side, and which of the banners is different. You can see one of them is actually an arrow, as opposed to the Assassin's Creed logo. And we'll need to head over there for our next clue. Now, I'm just trying to... I have a feeling that... Oh no, we did get... Yeah, we did get... Just reminding myself we did get the flag from there. We did get the flag from behind there, so therefore our next flag is located all the way over here. There's a lot of invisible walls as well, which sort of very much takes away from the whole like sort of free roam idea. You can take a photo there, sort of the take a nice photo of the place where you take the leap of faith. So first of all, we'll just quickly head over here to grab our next flag. Lovely, that is 11 of 15. And now what we'll find is here. Thank you for visiting Koenig Station. Operations are suspended during the Assassins Festival. We apologize for the inconvenience. But there are a bunch of things written on these gas pumps, and the way you find it is by reading that sign there, which is where the place was pointing up to. So complete the riddle. Greetings, young assassin. May this message find you well. My fears have come to fruition. The Templars have set a trap. We must act quickly if we are to keep the treasure out of their hands. Find the man nearby and answer his questions correctly. The 3 answers lie hidden nearby. Now go and discern the truth, undeceived by the colour of lies. Now, we know what the colour of lies is. The colour of lies is red. So there are 3 things here which are written in purple, but actually posted on the red gas pump. So, and obviously because they're red, we got to therefore avoid them. Whereas if we look at the blue, the answer to the first question is no. The answer to the second question is yes.
What gives? All the
And then if we look at the other one, the answer to the third question is no, is incorrect. But the answer to the third question is yes, is also incorrect. So therefore, somehow it's got to go no, yes, and then neither no nor yes. Ah, damn, I didn't mean to do that.
A lie wrapped in a falsehood tinged with truth constitutes a lie. Do you believe lies are evil?
So if you So unfortunately we went wrong there, because...
Truth amongst the lies?
So the first one is no.
Do you believe a truth within a lie wrapped in a falsehood tinged with truth constitutes a lie?
This one is yes.
Do you believe lies are evil?
And then this one is the hidden answer that isn't yes or no.
Congratulations on solving the riddle. I thought I had you. How'd you figure it out?
I mean, I just ignored what was written on the red gas pumps.
Very resourceful. Perhaps this message is yours, then.
So, we now get a slip of paper which says, I've written you this message so our words are not overheard. Lestallum has spoken highly of you, which is why I must ask your help. Now float to the butterfly and head off the Templar's envoy before they can pilfer the Apple of Eden. So the Apple of Eden is obviously an item from the Assassin's Creed games. The Assassins and Templars sort of have this great conflict over the pieces of Eden throughout the game. What we'll do is we'll head up here and grab another flag, I think. I think there are 2 flags actually nearby up here. But we also want to take out this Magitek Axeman if we can. Okay, well if you're not going to behave, then what we can do is we can just head up here.
How are you supposed to tell people apart when everyone looks the same?
There we go. Again, the sort of fiddly controls, again, not helping. Okay, so we now have enough to sort of hand in to that guy, although if we do, I think we'll go over. Actually, no, we might not. We might not actually go over our total of the total things that we can carry. So in that case, we might as well. Another thing we want to do is there's a guy that we need to take a photo of, and the easiest way to do it is actually just here. You can spot him just through the gap. So that obviously is not counting, unfortunately. So if we stand on the pipe, does that help? No.
It's nice to not have to kill anything.
This is how I did it last time, but we're not sort of getting into the right position, it seems. There we go. That looks good. There we go, lovely. So we grab our Assassin's Medallions for Photo Challenge 5. We've only got 6 more of those to do now. And now we will talk to this guy, and this will be a long little sequence where we'll sort of gain a load of... I'll skip through this as best as... I'm not sure we can really skip through this, unfortunately. So he asks for 1, then he's going to ask for 3. We're going to immediately hand it to him. And this is just going to continue.
You're a master of your craft.
So unfortunately our medallion inventory there is actually full, so we can't actually gain some more. We should still be fine for keeping all the medallions, but that might be a slight mistake there. But anyway, yeah, so we complete the aerial challenge and we'll get a trophy. And we'll get some more medallions. Oh, I didn't realise we actually got medallions for finishing those. So that's frustrating, because we're now essentially, we're wasting a lot of medallions now. Especially because there's another 140, we need to get 140 more medallions once we've finished with this, and I know that we can definitely get 70 of them, but or 75, but I don't know where we're going to get the remaining ones. So that was a slight mistake there, but oh well. So there we go, we finished that off. So now what we can do is, well, we'll definitely buy something with all of our medallions, seeing as we were so wasteful of them. I think we've yet missed something over there, so we'll just bear that in mind. I know where another flag is, actually, but again, we don't want to pick up anything until we've spent some of these. Okay, so we'll shop here and we will buy, you should probably get, we'll buy false orders just because we have 99. So false orders essentially allows you to, if you talk to Holly, it should allow you to essentially tell all the Magitek troopers in the nearby area to quit. Now, I've had it such that it actually glitches you out and you can't talk to her, but it looks like this time, thankfully, we are going to be able to. Now, we don't really want the troopers away all the time. Like, there are certainly times where it's nice not having any troopers around, but like we may well need to find some more cores. As we'll pick up another flag. That gives us 13. I'm going to start picking up a lot of these sort of the minor things, like the little pickups off the floor. So what were we doing? Oh yeah, stopping the assassin. So the assassin's envoy is this girl that we met at the start. So if we go, you seem suspicious.
Are you the one I'm looking for?
Me? Sorry to disappoint, but I'm just here to play the game like you.
And then you go fess
Don't
up.
try to hide it. I know it's you. What?
Congratulations, you did it.
Wait, we did what now?
You completed the treasure hunt. Now here's your prize.
So there we go, we complete the Assassin's Treasure mission, and we're going to gain a new item, which is the Pendant of Truth.
You certainly earned your prize. Whatever you do, be sure not to lose it. It's bound to bring you some kind of luck as long as you've got it with you.
Man, we got more of a challenge than we bargained for.
At least it's over now.
So now, what can we do? Okay, well, if you check your items and actually see what that is, the Pendant of Truth, an ostensibly ancient artifact marked with the symbol of some organization, marked with the words, "Purple is the color of lies." Now, where have we seen purple lettering before? Well, we saw it on the gas pumps, and we've also seen it on the Storm, because the Storm...
We own that treasure hunt! Who's the brainiac now, Iggy?
Wanna go rub it in his face?
So if we have it here, you find that essentially, purple, it says, at the next fork, go straight. And that's now a lie, so technically we don't want to go straight. But one of the things, I think we need to talk to Iggy to actually trigger the quest. So we'll just show him the
Iggy,
prize.
Check it out! We finished the treasure hunt!
It appears this treasure is only the beginning.
The beginning of what?
Another treasure hunt, it seems. And an even more difficult one at that.
Okay, so
Why
now
don't
we
you
need to
go?
find the Apple of
If you're up
Eden.
for the challenge,
I don't really see the point.
then perhaps try relying on something other than your eyes. Because what you see isn't always the truth.
Okay, cool. So, I'm just going to quickly head back up here. Just again, again looking for a few more Gladio interactions. I don't quite remember where those specifically were, though, unfortunately. It may well be that we're actually, you know, I've already seen all the ones that we can see. Anyway, there's another flag here. That gives us 14 of 15. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where the last one is. As we'll just head over here and assassinate this dude. Got lucky there. So anyway, yeah, so what was the path we needed to take? We need to head down here. And then, so yeah. So Gladio has reappeared, now flirting with another girl.
Flirting with another girl!
Well, I asked some guy for directions, but I ended up getting turned right back around. Sorry for the trouble.
No trouble at all. This place is like a maze.
Well, I may have lost my way, but I found something even better. You.
Aren't you the smooth talker? I bet you use that line on all the girls.
Only the pretty ones.
I am disgusted.
You and me both.
I am disgusted. So anyway, yes, we must now head down this way. And so last time, obviously, we headed to there. But this time, we actually head this way, and...
Hey, did you see that stylish blonde walking around town?
They're actually talking about Prompto again. I'm sure that there is a message somewhere around here that's actually useful to us. But I can't quite remember exactly where it went. I don't think it's the star up there. It might be. Maybe we should head. Actually, what we can do from here is I can take a picture of our next objective, which is this person. Or have we already taken a picture of this one? I don't. I just checked the quests. Yes, we have actually already taken a picture of that one. Apologies. My mistake. Yeah, we'll just take that guy out. So, the Templars have decoded the colour of lies. If we do not act, it will not be long before our envoy finds, or their envoy finds our treasure. It's another message, what, just there. The note is written in red. When terror visits the city, so shall the assassin. Take out that guy. So yeah, just trying to remember exactly where this next sort of message is. Is it that one? Find the Pendant of Truth and hold it tight. That is the mark of a true assassin. If we head up here and talk to this guy...
What is it?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, so we can't actually do it yet. Essentially, that's the guy we need to talk to eventually. I just need to find the next thing. So we head down 2 flights of stairs. And then rather than going straight, we can turn right. I'm sure there's just a message on a wall somewhere that I'm just missing. Anyway, well, we can grab our final flag over here.
I think this is all of them.
So we grab our final flag. Lovely.
Did you ever wonder what your ancestors were like? I mean, for all we know, they could have been assassins.
And if we head back through here and go look in one of the open shop windows, we can actually find another photo subject. Namely in here.
Let's get the shot. Get out of
There's a cat. Just chilling. There we go, lovely. So that's number 2. I think we're missing what? We're missing a gecko, we're missing the Chocobo guy in town. Missing a few other things.
These costumes are so cool.
Yeah, it makes me feel invincible.
So yeah, they talk about a tower.
The lights are so beautiful at night.
I remember getting confused about this actually in my original playthrough, so apologies for sort of not ensuring that I knew exactly what was going on.
The treasure hunt was so much fun. I can't wait for next year's.
Took me twice as long.
So he's just saying that they've decoded the color of lies.
Cut it out, man.
Maybe I actually need to trigger stuff by actually talking with Prompto. If we talk to you, talk. Why were you running away from me? Okay. If we ask Ignis for help, so you can sort of ask for how much of a hint. So obviously he advises us to look at the pendant, which tells us that the purple is a lie. The pendant claims that purple is the color of a lie. Wasn't there a message written in purple on the storm symbol, which is where we've already been? So it told us to not go straight on there. Because this is, yeah, that's where the marketplace was. If we just quickly review our notes. So we have the star, and then we have the storm, which tells us at the next fork, go straight.
Well,
it may well be. Is there another path down here? It can't be. Because obviously it tells us to go straight at this next fork. And then let the tower be your guide.
Even know it's me.
Yeah, as long as you don't start warping around like crazy.
It's that one. There we go, finally. So there we go. Yeah, so it's now, greetings, young assassin, may this message find you well. The treasure is not lost, venture towards the moon. Why is it telling you to venture not towards the moon? But we now know that purple is lying. Purple, therefore, is, we must therefore head towards the moon. And all that. But there's a few other things that, for example, so it says, find the pendant of truth and hold it tight. That is the mark of a true assassin. What's interesting is, if we talk to this guy beforehand...
I'm here for the treasure.
So what is the color of lies? So we'll say red and purple.
Then prove to me you're worthy. I'm afraid you're still not worthy to pass through here. But we solved all the riddles. We even have the treasure right here, don't we not?
Yeah, so what gives? What are we missing?
So we get a small slip of paper. If you are truly the assassin of which Brother Lestallum has spoken, then you must offer proof to that end. He has left you one final hint. Greetings, young assassin. May this message find you well. Despite my efforts, it seems we've been dancing to the Templar's tune. Let me be clear. Only one colour cannot be trusted. What you see isn't always the truth, nor are the words you've been told. Consider this and keep searching. So this tells us that the butterfly is actually purple. The butterfly being purple means that the butterfly is lying, which means that red is no longer telling us lies. And therefore, everything that we've sort of dismissed because of red is no longer the case. What does this say? Once the treasure is in your hands, read the message on the other side. So that's telling you about purple, essentially to turn over the pendant. There's also something else, I'm sure. I think essentially we go back to the start. Because we now know that that one is a lie. So, yes, I mean, if you talk to her... I mean, if you actually talk to her, she'll just giggle.
Bound to bring you some kind of luck, as long as we got it with you.
Got a very evil little laugh. So yeah, so if we head to the star... So now it says, an important hint hides within the cloud. And obviously we've never checked the cloud, because why would we? It was lying. But actually it is. An assassin is best unfettered by unnecessary possessions. That which he does not ought to be sold away. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to sell. You actually need to sell the pendant that you get given.
What's the Empire doing at a festival?
Just as that one there tells you that if you're a true assassin holds on, but obviously purple is lying. So if we just quickly check our map, it's that one that we want to go to. It's just a shop. Unfortunately, the symbols can be kind of big, so that they sort of hold it up, block it off. So we'll go to you,
What can
shop.
I do for you?
We can sell. Go to our Pendant of Truth, and we can sell.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
And now, having sold it, if we now head back to the moon.
I'm here for the treasure.
So now we know that only purple is the color of
Prove to
lies.
me you're worthy.
What if I don't have proof?
You expect to be permitted access without proof? Then how can I know your worth is true?
Nothing is true, but everything is permitted.
Excellent work. You may pass.
What? How'd you know not?
The butterfly next to that lady was purple. Everything she said to us and gave to us was a lie, including our prize.
Oh, you are some kind of genius.
So there we go. That is that. That gives us the unlock, essentially. And then you can head through here to the moon. Check here. Greetings, young assassin. May this message find you well. Despite the Templar's attempts to interfere, your eyes never strayed from the truth. And for that, you must be congratulated. Rest assured, the Apple of Eden is safe. Whilst it must remain here in our hands, the shield before you is yours to take, so that you may defend the Brotherhood from our foes. And we get the Medjay Assassin's Shield, which is a unique item. The line between truth and lies is razor thin. Fact and fiction walk this world hand in hand. Thus it falls to the assassins to discern the truth and dispel the darkness. The town of Lestallum is in your hands now. Go forth, young assassin, and become a legend. And there we go. We complete the In Search of Truth and Treasure.
Oh, we did it not!
Finally, my brain needs a break.
So there we go, that is everything in that small mission, and now all we have left to do is the photos, I think, and hand in our remaining stuff as well. So rather than actually get our quest rewards yet, what I'm going to do is we're actually going to play some Assassin's Luck and try and get the unique decal that you can get by playing and just going for special. So we get a potion, which sucks. You want to try, I'm assuming it is just luck. We get a high potion. We get an antidote. So yeah, we're getting some very bad luck here. If you keep going special, so essentially it's healing items, some assassin medallions, so essentially we just get back what we just paid. I think you can get some Oracle Ascension coins. You can get some rare healing items, such as certain things that we actually haven't actually seen yet, like metal VXs and stuff like that. But there we go, we get the Assassin Insignia, which is this thing that we haven't. And that's the rare reward from that little game. You can also get a very rare lure through that. You can get a lure called the...
Guess this is it.
Then let's get the shot and get out of here.
Let me just take a picture of you.
I want medallions as much as you do, but I won't risk a broken neck.
It's something to do with Typhon. Come on. There we go, finally. So yeah, don't remember the exact name of the lure. It's very difficult to get in game. It requires doing the Totemostro, which is a mini game held in Altisha that we haven't actually reached yet. But essentially, all you need to know is that it's a bit of a pain to try and do without. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain to do, and so it's well worth actually just trying your luck and maybe seeing if you can get that lure as well. I think you can also get duplicates of the lures that you get. You can also get duplicates of the lures that you got at the Chocobo Moogle Carnival as well, which is quite cool. That's not what I meant to do. We're meant to actually hand in our quest reward to the guy for the flags. So you can get a little sort of information about the area. So yeah,
gathered all the flags. Well done. It was nothing.
So you get 45 medallions for completing 3 for each flag, essentially.
Here's your reward, as promised.
And then an extra 30 medallions for collecting all 15.
I'll be here if you...
So he says if you ever want to try again, you can't, essentially, if you try again. I don't think there's any ways to get the flags to respawn. So there's no way of sort of keeping them inside your inventory if that's what you wanted to do.
How are you?
So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the Magitek wrench. I may well not be able to buy the assassin frame, but just because...
that as a tribute to our goddess.
So we can either give it to Prompto or we can give it to Cindy ourselves. I think what happens if we give it to Prompto? If you give it to Cindy, you can go to her.
Take it.
You sure about this, Noct?
Why shouldn't I be? She's your goddess, after all. Give it to her and ask her for a picture.
Well, I mean, if you're absolutely sure...
I am. So get on with it, will you?
Okay. Thanks so much, Noct. I owe you one. It's gonna be my greatest picture yet. You'll see.
I guess that means things went well.
So if you select Cindy there, you can actually go see her in the Lestallum Hotel up top. And there'll be a scene where Prompto essentially... Oh, there'll be a scene where he asks Cindy whether he asks Cindy whether she wants one of those wrenches. Cindy replies that she says that they're quite rare and that they'd be really useful for her. And then you get a little scene where Noctis then says that he'd like a photo as exchange for the wrench, and Cindy then does the photo, and Prompto gets a bit sad because he's like, I really wanted the photo. But that's that. So all we've got left is the cat on there. We've got a lizard, we've got a toad, and we've got you. So we'll also do the photo just for the point of it.
Good call. Now it's picture time. Ready or not? Oh, love the lighting.
We'll be able to see that right at the end of this episode, I think. See, I just need a little bit of a memory just to remind me which building the this little guy is on. That lizard just there is our next photo target. So that is number 4. Let's see if Iggy has anything else to say.
It would appear the key is finding your center of balance.
Okay, so he's just talking about the doing the funambulism. We can also talk to her once more.
The treasure.
You two really outdid yourselves. I'm very impressed.
Wait, do you really mean it?
Sure do. No lies this time. Not many people can do what you did. Oh, and before I forget, promise me you'll keep everything a secret, or else it's no fun for the other players.
Promise.
So, we successfully do that. So all that's left for us to do is to find the person who dresses up as an assassin, and I think she is just there. There we go, lovely. It does seem to take a fair while for those photo challenges to actually, like, connect, I guess, sometimes. It's a little, you know, a little annoying, but nothing too serious. If we actually head round this way, we'll be able to get access to the penultimate photo that we need to take. And then we'll head back to the Laville, and be able to stay at the Laville in much the same way that we do at the, at the end of a lot of our episodes. We can stay there and sort of finish off our time here at the Assassins Festival. I have bought the frame in the actual. Obviously, this is my sort of like my second save, I guess. I have bought the assassin frame in the actual save, so I may well show that off. Because I haven't really been able to show off frames before. I wasn't really sure how exactly they worked, but we can now do that. I might also want to talk to Holly and just see what it's the dialogue is if you give her the false things. Where are you? Oh, he's up north, further north. What happens if we actually give her the false army notes? Ah, he's down there. You can hear a ribbiting, essentially.
Then let's get the shot and get out of here.
When you're close by, and then you can just take the photo there. There's no... I mean... There's no real dialogue with Vive. I'll show it. I'll go back to Vive once we've taken all the photos and stayed at the Laville, and then maybe we'll finish off there. Do 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 do. So we head all the way across. We can point warp up to here.
Guess this is it.
Then
take
let's
a
get
photo.
the shot and get out of here.
There we go, lovely. And that means we have completed photo challenge 1, and also means that we finish off
We finally found the last one.
Nice
Lights,
work,
Camera,
Noct.
Assassin.
You're a natural.
Lovely. You can see Gladio's over there chatting up another lady. I think this time he doesn't actually end up...
Oh, greetings. Will you be staying with us?
So now we can stay for the night. Gladio does actually join the party, but I'm not sure you see him in the sort of like the resting cutscene. Oh no, there he is. Okay. I read somewhere that someone was saying that you don't see him, so there's sort of like this suggestion that obviously he's you know, obviously found a lady to stay with. So obviously there's some snapshots here of the various things. The one that's important is that one. So that's the one you see from the official camera spot. If you want to take a photo there. And now I think, yeah, so all we'll do is we'll talk to Holly and see what the dialogue is for the false orders, and then we'll also talk to Viva.
Now we ain't got nothing to worry about but having fun.
That's all that Cindy has to say.
Aren't they just gorgeous? It's my favorite part of the festival. Wanna go?
Rest in
Randomly drops down on me, but there we go. So I don't think you can get those. So the Magitek wrenches, I don't think we can get multiples of them either. I think it's another item that you can't get multiples of. What's kind of mean is that you can get multiples of certain items like the frames, the mascot, and the festival edition. There's no reason to do that. Additionally, obviously, you can get multiples of like the color samples, but again, there's no reason why you'd want to have multiples of those. So I wouldn't advise wasting your stuff on that. So if we talk to Holly, if we can. Again, I've said before that the triggering certain events can actually glitch her out such that we can't talk to her. Yeah, so you see there that we can't actually talk to Holly now, which is a little bit of a pity. I would have liked to have seen if there was any dialogue. There might not be. There doesn't seem to be a lot of dialogue concerning Holly. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's just a little glitch there. That might be because we've done the wrench quest, like the wrench scene with Cindy as well. It seems to trigger a lot when, or like once you've done that. So finally, we'll talk to Viva.
I'm impressed. You kids got some great shots. You're pros in the making. I look forward to seeing more from you.
And that is it. That is it. I hope you have enjoyed these couple of episodes here at the Assassins Festival.
Those are the most adorable little assassins I've ever seen.
And I hope you will join me on but yeah, I hope you will join me on the next episode where we'll finally get back to sort of proper we'll get back to proper storyline. We'll get back to finishing off the chapter that we're on. We may well also we're also pretty close to starting episode Gladiolus as well, because that comes sort of similarly with the end of the chapter that we're currently on. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next.